Good morning. Today we'll be looking at the Lesson 8 Problem Set. So, for number 1, we are representing each sum as a single rational number. We're just basically combining like terms. So on a number line, this would be negative 14 and then negative 8 ninths. Negative 14 and 8 ninths. This would be 7 and 1 ninth, or 7 and 1 ninth. This would be negative 3 and negative 1 sixth, or negative 3 and 1 sixth. We are to rewrite each of the following to show the opposite of a sum is the sum of its opposites. Problem 2 has been completed for us. So basically we are distributing a negative 1. Here we would get, let's do this part first. The opposite of 1/4 plus 6 is negative 6 and 1/4. I think they're wanting us to write it according to the example above it. Whoa. They're wanting us to write it this way. Negative 6 and 1/4. Over here, negative 1 times 1/4 is negative 1/4. Negative 1, or the opposite of 6 is negative 6. So that would also be negative 6 and 1/4. Not very much room to write here. 10 plus negative 6 is 4. And the opposite of that is negative 4. Distributing the negative 1, or the opposite of 10 plus the opposite of negative 6 would be negative 4. Same result. Negative 55 plus 1/2 would be negative 54 and a half. And the opposite of that is positive 54 and a half. The opposite of that. Okay, I'm distributing the negative 1. That would, or the opposite of negative 55 is 55. The opposite of 1/2 is negative 1/2, giving me 54 and a half. So, there we go. Number 6. Megan said the opposite of the sum of negative 12 and 4 is 8. So, do we agree? Negative 12 plus 4 is negative 8. The opposite of that would be 8. Doing it the other way, the opposite of negative 12 is 12. The opposite of 4 is negative 4, which is 8. So, yes. Why or why not? Here's my why. Jolene lost her wallet at the mall. It had $10 in it. So she's currently at negative 10. When she got home, her brother felt sorry for her and gave her $5.75. Nice brother. Represent this situation with an expression. Done. What's the overall change? So, and the amount of money she has. So she started the day. She lost her wallet. She had $10 in it. And she had, so the overall change and the amount of money that she has, I'm going to do 10 minus $5.75, $1, and $1 there. $1 minus 75 cents is 25 cents. 9 minus 5 is 4. 4.25 less than she started with. So she started with $10. Her brother gave her $5.75. She's still $4.25 short of what she started with. All right, moving on. Isaiah is completing a math problem. He's at the last step. So what's the answer? Okay, so basically we have 25 plus negative 28 1/5. I'm going to decompose this into negative 28 and negative 1/5 because it's going to make it easier for me. And I'll show you why. Okay, so here I get negative 3 plus negative 1/5. Just brought that down. And it's negative 3 1/5. So to me, that was a lot easier than trying to do it a different way. That's just kind of the way that my mind works. So, a number added to its opposite equals 0. What do you suppose is true about a sum adding to its opposite? Use the following to reach a conclusion. So, 3 plus 4 plus the opposite of 3 plus the opposite of 4. So 7 plus negative 7, 0. Okay. Do the next one down here a little bit. Negative 8 plus 1 plus the opposite of negative 8 and the opposite of 1. Okay, so negative 7 plus 7 is 0. Alright, so here I need a common denominator. That would be negative 3/4. And then the opposite of negative 1/2 is 1/2. The opposite of negative 1/4 is 1/4. So, common denominator again. Negative 3/4 plus 3/4 is 0. So, what I can conclude from all of this is the following. A sum added to its opposite is 0. Or a sum and its opposite are additive inverses. Again, a sum and its opposite are additive inverses.